morning. It's the day after Christmas, December 26, 2019. A couple days left in 2019. Headed down to Signature 23, and man, these jobs where you're turning around a property can give you a lot of headaches, that's for sure. And I've learned a lot. It's more than just, it's always harder than you think it's gonna be. And we're doing great things there. We got 7 vacant right now. You know, we're 16 months into the project, I think, 16 months in. We got 7 vacant right now, but our revenues are still, our revenue numbers are increasing every single month, and every single month we're setting a new high. The revenue numbers are almost double what they were when we took over the property, and everything's going well, but you know, things have costed more than we thought. We've had to do a $100,000 elevator upgrade, which is starting on January 6th finally, after going back and forth and working with the city to get that thing done. And it just seems to be headache after headache after headache. But that is part of this deal, and that's what separates being able to handle it all just mentally, and being able to take some deep breaths, and being able to get a good team in place, and be able to buy deals that, buy with discipline, right? Buy deals that you're going to be able to cash flow even if they have 10, 12, 13 vacant, that they're going to cash flow even when you're putting all this money back into the deal, that are going to be able to cash flow even when the initial reserve that you put in, which was the extra money to be able to do the rehab, is almost gone, right? And it just takes a certain, I think you got to have a thick skin. You got to have a pretty, got to have some balls, I think, to do this stuff. It's not for people who can't handle a little bit of pressure, and not that there's pressure going on anywhere, but there's pressure. I put pressure on myself to be able to perform, right? So we're gonna go down here and we're gonna get this next little set, and the next little step of this set of apartments rocking and rolling. We have cabinets coming for the 7 that we have vacant. We've got all of them except for 1 are completely demoed, ready to rock and roll. So we're gonna get paint set up in 4 of the units, I believe, because those 4 units we already have cabinets ordered for. 1 of those units, the cabinets are already in. 3 of them, they're going to be in, the cabinets are going to be in 3 or 4 days. So just getting all the logistics figured out here, and making sure that we don't, miss any steps or duplicate anything, or basically just taking time out of my day to make sure that we're going to get this thing done as efficiently as possible. And what I've learned as well is there's always things that pop up, right? So it's never easy. There's always things that are going to change, and once again, things are probably going to cost more than we initially think they are, but that's just part of the deal, part of the process. So you do as best you can. That's why we get into deals, like I said before. You get into deals where even if the rents get cut in half, even if the vacancies double, you're still going to make it. And that's what we've been able to do. And so we've been able to overcome, because we've been able to get into deals very competitively, we've been able to overcome some of the bumps in the road. Versus, I think right now there's a lot of people out there that are buying deals that they don't have necessarily a plan, or they don't really truly understand the full scope of work of what it's going to take. And I think some of the brokers pushing some of these products on people, and some of the new people coming into the game, that they just started this within the last year or 2 years, trying to bite off more than they can possibly chew when it comes to getting these projects done. And they're vastly underestimating how much effort, how much time, how much money it's going to take to get these projects done. And that's why I'm so conservative in our budgets. But just want a little rant here, a little words of wisdom maybe, or a little insight into this project. And we're looking forward to moving forward on all the projects that we have. We're getting to the point where a lot of them are getting to the point where they're nearing stabilization. So we're excited to be able to do that, because once you're stabilized at a property, it's just so much easier. And that's what I've found. It's so much easier once you're stabilized. There's so much less that can go wrong once it's stabilized. So we're excited. We got a lot coming up, a big 2020 with some big goals. Our team is growing. Looking forward to growing the team even more. Looking forward to growing the company even more, so that we have the resources to be able to give back even more to our employees who are really deserving of it, but then also be able to hire on and get better and better people to add to our team as we go forward. So it's all about resources and how you can allocate those resources. I'm always trying to get dollars in and push them out as fast as I can, and push them out into investments, but also push them out into people, which I also view as investments. So I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Hope you get some value out of what we're sharing here. If this impacts you, or if I've impacted you any way possible, positively, would appreciate it if you could share that, share my stuff, share my Instagram stuff, share my YouTube stuff. Here's the building right here. Hold on, we're gonna get around this corner quick. Show you, give you a little glimpse. So meeting a manager down here, one of our contractors. We also have a corporate contract here that they have like 13 apartments that we're gonna end. Good thing when we first bought the property, I staggered their leases. So at first they were all due to expire basically the same month, and some of them were month to month. But I staggered their leases like 3 each month, so we're gonna start phasing that out. They've just caused some issues at the property and on site and administratively that we don't need. So we're excited for all this, all the transition. All the transition is a good thing. All the chaos is a good thing if you can embrace it, and if you have the guts to be able to go out and make moves and take on projects like that. There's a lot of reward for you and your team sitting out there.